And welcome back, everyone. Well, I know it's been kind of a crazy summer, been a hectic summer. And as we start winding down here, we're in the middle of October. And we've already had like our first frost this past week. It's been kind of getting cool at night. But I thought I'd like to update everybody on how the grape, which is in this bucket, our strawberry, and our raspberry bush, how they all turned out. Now, if you've been watching my channel, you saw from the beginning of the year when we planted, each one in the buckets like this. And if you haven't, I'll put a link, somewhere up in the corners here or wherever it goes. But I'll kind of explain to everybody like how they've been and what we're going to do to get them ready for the winter. First of all, you have our grape. Now, if you remember, our grape started off as just like nothing but a bare empty twig, and planted it in the bucket, and I really thought it wasn't going to grow. But over the summer, it actually ended up sending off all this new growth and everything, and as you can see, the leaves are kind of brown now because we've had our first frost. But this is doing really good. So I'm thinking next year, I'm probably going to put like a tomato cage over it to kind of let these start, climbing upwards and starting to intertwine and everything. And, to give it a chance to grow a little bit bigger and a little bit healthier. Our strawberries, now we didn't get no fruit off of any of these because it was the first year. But our strawberry here has really taken off in the bucket. And I'm really looking forward to seeing this next year, how it's really going to produce then. Over the summer here, I'll show you guys here. It's been sending out the runners like this to, re-anchor itself into the ground and, produce the next bush. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to just keep them all in here inside the bush, or I mean inside the bucket, so they continue to grow and everything. And like I say, we didn't get no strawberries or anything this year, but kind of looking forward to that next year. Gonna, see if it'll be a lot healthier, make it through the winter, and it'll hopefully start producing. So I'm real happy with the way that one turned out. And then our raspberry bush here. Now, as you can see, our raspberry bush actually likes the cooler temperatures. It kind of died back in the heat of the summer, and that was kind of the tricky part with all three of these, was to try to keep them well watered but not over watered. But also, to give them a chance to grow and give them a chance to, develop their roots and everything and all that. So, as you can see, the raspberry one actually produced the longer stems like this way out. But a lot of these have died off because of the frost and because the last of the summer was real hot. I might end up trimming this one back. I'm not too sure yet. But like I say, it's still holding on. It's doing great. It was a lot, fuller than that before the end of the summer heat here and everything. But I was really, happy with the way that these three turned out. Now, normally all of these are hardy enough to stay outside for the winter. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. All of these are staying outside. But there is one catch to this. Normally, for the raspberry, strawberry, and grape, you wouldn't worry about covering them, especially with the strawberry and all that, because they can, handle the cold and everything and all that. But there's one catch with these. The difference between planting these in a bucket and planting them out in the ground, they're all going to freeze. But I feel like the buckets freeze a little bit harder, which will kill the plants or will, shock them more. But not only that, but I don't want all the way to the snow. I mean, I know the snow does pile on top of the stuff, but being that these are buckets and all that, I know the snow would sit here longer and it would suffocate the plants and they would have a later start and all that, for the next year's growing season. So what am I going to do with these things? Well, each bucket, and I'll show you up here, I have it sitting right here. Each of the buckets is going to get covered with this bag probably within the next week or so. But let me see if I can open this up and show you real quick here. Give me a second here and I'll hang it up and I'll show you. Hold on. Okay, so this is what I have. They're basically what they are is they're like a frost blanket, kind of a frost bag kind of deal. And as you can see up here on the top of the fence, I have it hanging. There is a, take it down here and show you a little closer. There's a zip tie, or not zip tie, but a pull tab, oh geez, a pull string that what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the bag here over the plants like this, and then I'm going to, you know, not zip, but draw it around the bottom of the bucket. And what this is going to do is these bags will allow them to still go through the winter cycle. They'll be able to get rain, moisture through these bags. So in other words, when the snow starts to melt, it'll melt into the flower pots. But what I'm concerned about is, like I say, is the amount of snow that would like build up against the fence here. And I really don't want these buckets to get buried, and you know, I don't want them to like really be exposed. I mean, they are facing south. They do have a southern exposure, but like I say, being against the fence right here, we do have a tendency to have a lot of snow that blows back through here and piles up along the fence. So I want to just, like I say, try to give them you know, some kind of a fighting chance at least for next year. So I bought 4 of these, bought them online, but I bought 4 of these large bags like this. And like I say, right now, we're still having temperatures in about the low 50s and, you know, low 40s overnight and all that. So we're getting there into the 30s and everything. But like I say, I'm not too worried about the cold for them as I am the snow. So that's what these are going to be hopefully helpful to do. They're going to, you know, like I said, I'm going to put them over it and bunch it underneath the bucket and let them sit then all winter. And then come next spring, once the weather starts to get back up into like the 30s and 40s for daytime highs and all that, and the snow starts to melt back, well, then I'll come out, I'll take the bags off, and we'll see if they survive throughout the winter. But I have a good feeling that they will survive. It's just, like I say, keeping the amount of snow and the weight of the snow off of them, so they don't you know, break, like especially like the grape. Since I don't have the grape on the stand yet, or on trellis yet, I really don't want that to snap and break for the season. So what I might do with that one is I might just put a stick in there and then like lightly tie it around and then put the bag over it to keep it that way. And probably the same way with the raspberry bush too, until I can get, you know, like I say, the tomato trellises stuck in there for them. The strawberry, on the other hand, just tuck it in there and let it go for the winter. So that's kind of the update I wanted to give everybody today, this week, you know, was that we're starting to, you know, slowly get everything ready for winter here. So, all right, everyone, well, stay safe out there, take care, and thanks for watching. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. And if you like these videos, please give them a thumbs up, because it really helps the channel out a lot. And until next time, everyone, I'll see you right here. Take care.